Pretty much today. I mean, I spoke to him this morning, and there was obviously a real disappointment in his voice. But they had the second opinion done in Philly, which is what he really wanted. He and his mother decided on, and obviously with the blessing of Greg, our trainer. And basically, the diagnosis wasn't great. He's got not only does he have a bulging disc, but he's got a herniated disc too. So there's two issues with his back. It's going to take at least 6 weeks, I think, just to get the right treatment and the medication, and then that really takes him out of circulation until January, and we don't want to rush him back. And it's a decision that was made, I think, with a lot of thought, and just decided to take a medical red shirt.
From the emotional part of it, Mitch, how heartbreaking is it? I mean, obviously we know how hard it's going to be to replace him on the court, but for you and that coach-player relationship, to see a kid work so hard and have to sit out a whole year.
Well, I feel bad for him. I mean, Rock is a warrior. He had a really good freshman year. He's kind of our leader in the backcourt. I thought he made the next step. He worked hard in the summer, and to have an injury like that at his age is really out of the norm. I mean, it's a serious back injury that needs proper care and treatment. And then I hope just for his career he's okay, and he comes back next year 100%.
Does it sound like something this could linger when he comes back, Mitch, or they hope he has full recovery?
Well, I don't think a decision's been made about the treatment yet. He's being treated now with medication and therapy, but I don't know what's going to be decided after the 6 weeks. That's between him and the doctor. Hopefully we can avoid surgery. That's one thing we don't want to do. So we have to wait and see how the 6 weeks goes. It is a six-week program that he's going to be on, and see how it works out. But I just hope he's okay, for his life.
What changed between the diagnosis here and the diagnosis in Philadelphia? Was there anything that he did here, or was it just a second opinion and they saw something different?
Well, we wanted to get he and his mom and our, Pammer and I, we discussed it, and he wanted to get a second opinion, which we endorsed, and he went down to UPenn. His mother works at Pennsylvania Hospital, and she knew a doctor down there in the hospital, spine specialist, and they did the research and the MRI and everything on it. It came up, that he has these two issues with his back. So, it is probably a little bit worse than we thought.
Mitch, he's one of your best players, also the point guard. How much does this change or affect what you guys are going to be able to do on the court now?
It doesn't change much. I think luckily thank God we recruited two kids late, Evan Hymes and Devontae Beard, who were going to obviously take up that role. I don't want to put Kyle Downey there because that takes away from his scoring. So, it's going to be like last year. We're going to be playing freshmen there. It's going to take some time for them to acclimate to the position. Evan is a point guard, so it'll be easy for him. Devontae's more of a combo guard, so I think the adjustment for him will be a little more difficult.
How ready are those two guys for the start of the season, and particularly Evan? It looks like he's going to be the starter, just to get going with knowing the offense and running the show and that sort of thing.
Well, they've been getting a lot of reps in practice. I think they're ready. I think Evan, he is a point guard, so he understands the position and played it in high school, and he's very quick. And Devontae will be a little more of an adjustment. He's going to back him up, and I think he's, one thing I like about Devontae, though, is he's a player. He makes plays. So, we're going to have to live with some mistakes early, but, hopefully they'll grow and get better.
Any update on Trinity?
Trinity is still, we're waiting to hear. He's got to get an appointment set up to get another opinion on his foot. Not a second opinion, but just where he's at. Hopefully we get good news and we can get him out of the boot, and then he can do some therapy and get him going.
Is it possible he'll be in the lineup for opening day next week? Not at all?
No, he's out, I'd say at least another week, maybe more.
Go ahead, Andy.
Do you have a feel for, if the game was tomorrow, who the starting lineup would be, or is there still, now that's a week away,
it would be Hymes, Downey, Wignett, Walters, and Anasicki. It's the team we started in we started in practice. So, we got 3 scholarship kids off the bench, but they're all freshmen, Poole, Beard, and Hopper.
There's pressure on OD by virtue of Ryan being gone now. Is there even more now that Rock is not going to be in the lineup to be a scorer and be the man out there?
Well, we gotta have to get scoring out of him, probably more than we thought. I think Rock was potentially a 12, 14-point scorer, so we've got to make up those points. Odie would be one of the guys, Kyle Downey, Owen Wignott, Beard, and Poole. You know, they're all going to have to take up the slack.
Kind of a freak thing in practice, and at the start it wasn't a big deal. You know, I thought, Rock's just taking a couple of days off, he'll be fine. But I never thought that he would be out this season. It was a little bit of a shocker.
Did you see what happened at practice?
Yeah, he went to go lay it in, and someone took a charge on him. He just kind of fell awkwardly on it. It wasn't, you know, a big thing. He kind of got up, walked it off, kept playing that day. And then the next morning, I guess it was pretty sore. He actually came back to practice 2 days later, and he kind of tweaked it again, and that was it.
Kyle, you mentioned that you've had some injuries, so once someone has to go through that and know the long road to recovery, how tough is that, especially a team?
It's pretty tough, you know, especially mentally. He's tough on himself too, and he's always, you know, he's a competitor. So he's always going to want to be on the floor and competing with us. And he's been supportive of us so far. So I think he might be up here for the first game to cheer us on.
Ready? You get the Rock news. Obviously, everybody did. Yeah. How ready are you to be the starting point guard right now?
I'm actually pretty excited. I can't wait for the season to start. Just looking forward to go out there and lead the team and see what we can do.
I'm sure you didn't expect that maybe, you know, your first game of your freshman year, you'll likely be in the starting lineup.
Yeah, it was surprising me when I heard the news or whatever. You know, like I said, there's nothing much really we can do. Just go out there and practice, work hard, and continue to get better each day.
You talked to Rock at all since the news?
No, I haven't.
You've been doing this in practice for the last week or so anyway. Yeah, so, I mean, does it feel any different now that you know you're going to be the guy? I mean, or have you been preparing for that all along, knowing Rock's situation?
Yeah, I've been coming to practice every day, you know, making sure that I prepare myself for the game and be ready for whatever, you know, hits me, like the news that Rock's out for the year. So I've been preparing myself each day in practice, yes, sir.
Is that something you have to do, almost, okay, prepare for the worst for him so I can be mentally ready and physically ready?
Yeah, the coaches make sure, you know, I come in practice, work hard, and just act like I've done this before, so, yeah.
Right.
Rock's kind of a scoring point guard. Would you consider yourself a little more of a playmaking type of point guard?
Getting my teammates involved, you know, looking for Kyle Downey out on the wing, Owen, Odie in the paint, so yeah, it should be fun. So.
What do you feel like your strengths are?
Just leading the team, pushing the ball out, pressuring the ball on defense, and getting an up-tempo game.
Seen support from the other guys, and what kind of feedback have you gotten from them?
Kyle Downey, one of the seniors, he wants me to push the ball every time, you know, so get it out to him on the wing so we can get an up-tempo game. So, my teammates like it. So.
Are you ready to play a lot of minutes? Because perhaps that's something you may not have had to do.
I think I'll be ready to play a lot of minutes this year.
It's obviously an exciting time for you, but is it almost unfortunate? I mean, how bad do you guys feel for Rock in his situation?
Yeah, we feel pretty bad, you know, him coming in because he was going to be a great guard this year or whatever for the MAC conference, and it's just surprising that he's out for the whole year. So, yeah.
Confidence level for you. How do you feel the confidence level the rest of the team has in you as you get out there and run these plays and you're doing, you know, as the #1 point guard in practice? What's the confidence level that you're getting from the other guys?
It just takes time, you know, to get experience or whatever. So each day coming out in practice, I feel that the seniors and everybody on the team is looking up to me, you know, to lead the team, get us in the offense, get us in the defense, and things like that. So,
from a size standpoint, how were you able to kind of offset that when you were in high school? I'm sure you played against a lot of bigger guys and that sort of thing. Is that a concern at all, or?
No, not really, because, you know, I'll just trust that my teammates will have my back when I, you know, front the post on a bigger point guard or something like that. So just trusting my teammates to have my back out there on the court.
Sophomore.